Here we go, here we go, here we go. Anderson finally signed for Manchester United. After about, 2, 3 weeks of talk, we finally got our guy. Not the signing you expect for Manchester United, or maybe the signing you expect for Manchester United, considering that he is not the only signing for Manchester United. But, yeah, he finally signed after so many talks. I predicted the 1st of June because of Cunha, but it didn't happen that way. So, yeah, we move, man. We move. The question is, what next? You know, and why wait till July before signing him? Some people, the what's the word? The thought behind it is about the financial year, the season finishing. So we're waiting to see, but at least he's out the way, and that's perfect. What's next, right? But also, before what's next is about finding out how is it going to help us? How is it going to help Manchester United, and how are we going to move with him in the team? Known as a runner, not really a, like a third pass kind of player. He's not really the third pass kind of player. He's mostly safe, so it could be the fourth pass, and maybe every now and again the third pass. But that third pass will probably be because he was being safe. But then that pass make it to, like, say, Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes find a one-touch pass that he can make. That would just make the entire difference. Also, not expected to be in the first team, so that's one. Probably bench player. The second to third name in the list to come on as a sub, or maybe even the first name, depending on the games, isn't it? Depending on games. He's 7 years or 6 years older than Manutd, which means when the things get tight, we winning, he will probably jump on first and just do the job and move on. So that's great. We got him. Yeah, I wrote some things on because I need to actually get used to it. So his value is at £34 million plus add-ons, which is decent, which is much more decent, especially with the prices of play. If it's a player we bought for 30 plus, Lemons maybe, I'm not sure. Mazraoui we bought him from cheaper, but he's not even a starter really, so can't really count Lemon as, kind of player that we sign and then he's making a difference while being bought for cheap. I think there's probably one or two players we signed for like 30 to 40 million, and they're doing well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him holding the shirt. They still got to do the medical. I mean, in my entire story, in my entire football football playing kind of thing, I've never ever heard of a player. No. I've heard about one or two players that failed the medical, and then that stopped the move to happen, or the transfer to happen. But I highly doubt that'll be the case for him, if I have to be honest. I highly doubt. Especially as he's not doing that coming from an injury. He's not going to Brazil, so yeah, he's got enough time to rest and put himself up. And as I say, most people were thinking it's probably about the finances and the end of the season thing is. So yeah, looking forward to actually see Ederson with the Manchester United kit. I actually need to get me a new kit. I don't know why, I just love it. I need to get my two daughters one as well. Yeah, man. But what's next now? So the other day I said there was Tramini, there was Tonali, and there was Anderson, and then Mateus Fernandes. Actually, there is United Insider. Yeah, United Insider that says that Sergeant Ratcliffe still looking at well, 6 players to sign. But then in the list, the list I saw, it's only 5 players, and Mateus Fernandez is already one of them. I'm guessing they're also talking about Baleba, which was not on the list, but now I'm talking, now I'm thinking about it could be Baleba. But then the list got Ederson, Tonali, Vlahovic, and Mateta. Now, in the 6 players they're talking about, there's no left back, and there's 2 strikers that are unsure. With Sesko already being doing what he's doing, I will think of a Welbeck. I'll think of a. I'm giving the type. I'm not saying let's sign this guy, but Callum Wilson type of thing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting that they put Vlahovic and Mateta, which I think is one of the 2 and not the 2. And then they left Lewis Hall out, which I definitely think we need a left back. Denmark played against us today. Denmark played against us, TRC Congo. Excuse me, the Leopard. And Dogo played as a left back. I know usually with national teams, certain players play a different position because they're just trying to fit them in, kind of thing. And maybe also for a team like Denmark, Dogo not being an out-and-out winger up until we start playing him as a winger. He was a left wing back before. Maybe that helps him with the defensive side. So when he comes back to Manchester, he'll probably still play as a winger and then do even much better with the pressing, with everything, because he's doing that already as a defender kind of thing with his national team. He does not do that every day, but you don't need to do that every day. We still got Cunha. We still got Bruno Fernandes who will play as a 10, so Cunha cannot go as a 10 right now. Like, he might. And I'm trying to think of scenarios where Bruno Fernandes will get subbed next season. So I'm talking about 4-0, he has 2 assists, and then he probably give a wing to Carrick, like, about time with it. I still don't see Bruno Fernandes being subbed, and that's crazy. He's getting older, so let's see how he gets next season. But yeah, so United Insider say they got Ederson, Tonali, Vlahovic, Mateta, Mateus Fernandes that we know about. A bit expensive, but let's see how that goes. I saw him against, what was it, City or Arsenal? Arsenal, I think. I think he's good, a bit raw. I think he can do better later on. And the more mature he gets, the more experience he get. And also depending on what kind of player you want to be, that's the most important. So like, United had bare players, man. Like, we had bare players that was started, but it never worked out. Angel Gomez is not even him. It's not even his fault, but you got like, what's this right back by who you rather play as a Williams something. Or Sutton Williams. But yeah, he was good on his first game for Oli, and then went down. Well, his path kind of went downhill to the point where he even had to get released from Ipswich. Was it released or just his contract did not get renewed? And also backup goalkeeper. Some people are saying Vitek, but from what I've read somewhere, Vitek want to be a first team goalkeeper. And with the kind of country he play for, any team where he just performs well, he will probably get selected to be the first goalkeeper there. So and if he's really that good, and Lamens is only 23, I don't think they would actually want to stay, because then that's just a big competition for no reason. But I think with Manchester United, you never know, but that means one of them would have to admit that, okay, I'm not better than this guy. But then the problem with that, me as being a goalkeeper, for example, I never wanted to be anybody's number 2. So instead of playing for the first team, I'll probably play for the reserve, because I know that in the first team I'm the second goalkeeper, so I just go there to run the bench. While when I was playing for the reserve, the reserve goalkeeper before I got there was not better than me. So then I started playing as a goalkeeper in the reserve team. And then if and only the team really needed the second goalkeeper, which they did have, but then it was a bit of a 50-50 between E and I. So, it turns out to be great for me. Well, I'm not a professional footballer, obviously, otherwise you would have known that. But yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm Florin, and this is Florin Footy Talk. When we talk about football, most importantly, Manchester United, which is the biggest club in England. Maybe top 3, top 2. I would say top 1 Europe, but then Real Madrid and Barca and Milan fan and Juve fans gonna come at me, so we're not gonna go there. But yeah, so I'm Florin. This is Footy Talks. We talk about football. We talk about the ups. We talk about all of them things there, and we give our opinion, final opinion. Already, I had to say that from the start. I don't know nobody, bro. I don't know shit. I don't know nobody. I don't know who's who. I don't know who does what. On my Twitter, brand new Twitter, because I had to open a new one. I'm like just following the people. Them. I don't know these people. Them, right? But I come from the background of football, and I love thing, and I love music. So entertainment is just my thing, innit? And if you feel entertained, so please just like, subscribe, because more is coming, more will be on the way. And yeah, man. Yeah. So Ederson, here we go. But the unveiling will be early July. Value 34, what it brings. So it's like, I want to say an upgraded type of Fred. That's what I want to say. I want to say he's an upgraded type of Fred. I think with him compared to Fred, he would have more physicality, which would be positive. Because the thing with Fred was, his passing was shit. His passing was shit. But his willingness to run and jump onto tackles. But then as soon as he jump onto tackle and then he bounce off next man, you're like, oh my days, man. Can you just like get the ball? That's what I mean. So that's what it is. We're expecting more signing, so we're just waiting for that and see how that goes. I had a question, because I've heard it as on a couple of channels, or one main channel that I watch most time. Shout out United View, by the way. They're great people, them. Always watch them. United stand as well. Steven Alson. Anyway, that's the Congolese in me. I have to shout out people. But anyway, I had this question. Do we need a market signing, like an elite midfielder, or can we just get like 2-3 midfielders that just would fit us? Especially if they got a winning mentality anyways. Like, do we actually need to spend 100 million like Arsenal did for Rice, for example? So I actually had that in my mind while I was thinking, like, what are we doing type of thing. Like, do we really need to go for an Ederson, or do we really need to go for a Tramini, even Tonali for that matter? Even Tonali actually. And also we need a number 6. And don't forget that we got this it's a Colombian, Christian Odrisco or whatever. That's coming. I know he's 17, so it will probably be like Diego Leon. But then I look at him, I look at his physique, and I look at Diego Leon. There's like a big difference, and I think even in height, I think he's better built already right now. But he still needs to adjust to maybe one here. So how many players are we gonna sign? Because especially with this Ineos thing where they don't really want to sign like a certain age type of player. Well, that's what's been reported. Certain age type of player. So is that a thing now where it's like, if they sign these people, so the academy is more like a market to just sell players, if you really think about it. Because if we get Diego Lewis Hall, okay, show what I'm guessing either they're gonna say, okay, cool, we're not gonna renew Shaw's contract when he expires, or we're gonna sell him before that. But as long as Shaw's still around, and Martinez is as young as he is, and Evan is as young as he is, if Evan get a grip on, like, he's playing well as well. So don't get this wrong. But if Evan get a grip of himself, kind of thing, while playing for Manchester United, I don't think we need Shaw left centre back. So while we're doing signing Lewis Hall, and then we've got Diego Leon. Okay, cool. He's not ready for this season. But if Shaw that does another miracle where he don't get injured for that season, because okay, cool. Granted, there's better games, but there's also the fact that okay, cool. You got a Lewis Hall who can play all the games that he's playing, but it's Luke Shaw, so we're giving Luke Shaw more games because Luke Shaw is a bit more older or been there. We got a seniority over him. So what's actually going to happen with Diego Leon? So I mean, so that's where I'm at now. Where I'm thinking, you got players like Tyler Fletcher, Jack Fletcher. Okay, cool. I think Dan Gold will probably get sold. Collier will probably get sold. Shea Lacey, by the way. Actually, it's just I'm jumping all over the place. Sorry. So now I'm just talking about the academy player. Shea Lacey, great player. Great fucking player. Like you can tell the more he grows, he can beat any player. But this is one thing I have always paid attention to with United Academy players is that oh gosh, I need to go to sleep. I got work in the morning. In 5 hours I need to get up. But yeah, the one thing I've always realised about United academy players when they come up is that we are too selfish. Like, as soon as they beat the next man, because I thought it was Garnacho, but then if you think even Rashford was doing the same thing. If we beat the man that's there and then we find space, we want to put it in the back of the net, which is fully understandable. But if you get the ball 10 times in the game in those kind of positions, and then for the next 10 times you shoot, you scored once, like granted, because they were good players, like Shaw, Garnacho, whatever. You score 1 out of 9. I've got a problem with it. I actually got a problem because you had 10 shots when in the 10 shot you could have at least try and make 2-4 passes and you would have still scored your 1. So what are we doing? That's the one thing I realised United academy players. And the midfielders, I gotta be honest, Main is probably the well, what did I say? The breath of fresh air or whatever. Like, he's the fresh air in the midfield where he's very for United, but he's very, you don't even think about shooting as much unless he's in certain areas on the pitch where it's like, okay, cool, then I'm here. I get some space, I can shoot and I'll probably score because I also got a length shot on me. So that's probably what he's thinking. So I get it, innit? Like, but as certain people say, Jack Fletcher, we don't know where they are yet. I think Jack Fletcher is the 10, and Tyler Fletcher is going to play a bit behind. So it's probably going to be like the Navy family. One of them will probably have to get sold, and that will be ASAP. Oh gosh, I can't go to sleep, man. Alright, but this was much love, man. If you like how I talk, if you like what I'm talking about, then please just give us a shout. Give us a subscribe, comment. Please comment. I want to hear your opinion. I want to know what you guys are saying, what you guys are thinking. What's your plan? And if you ask me, what am I going to sign? Well, we already got Ederson now. If we could all say Gavi, is it Gavi or Pedro? Whoever played 6 on that team. Because I just feel like, even though the physicality is not there, but pairing that guy with Manutd and hopefully the late and Martinez that do not get injured, that would actually be lit, bro. Like, I gotta be honest. I just think that would be lit as hell. So, yeah, let's see how that goes, man. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they do. Also, the question I asked on one of my shows is that do you think United is actually coming back to be a serious club? Because they're doing quite well. Carrick so far done quite well. Now he's gonna have an all season. I mean, the all pre-season, and then like whatever long he got in the whatever long he got in his 2 years contract. Hopefully it will be extended, but it will only get extended if he does well. So you understand what I'm trying to say about that. And then 6 players. Let's see what else they add. But if you ask me, I'll probably say I want number 6, man. So I'll probably say Tchouaméni and Tonali. Because Ederson, like, even though Ederson can play there, but can also play as an 8. So as I say, like, Menu is not like players like Menu. You don't sub them a lot, or you would rather start them on the bench so then they can come and finish the game because they bring something different into the game. Anderson can still play as a flipping 6, as a flipping 8. So, and I've somebody say that he was actually better suited as an 8. So, you know, or maybe it could be a Roy King thing. He came as a 9 and dropped all the way back to a 6 and being the sickest and the best captain that we had. So, it's all different, man. It's all different. It is what it is. So, yeah, as I said, Foreign Footy Talks. Please like, subscribe, and share. Let get me at least to 10 subscribers, man. I'm on 0 right now, and more stuff are coming. And a lot of things are in the making. So I'll start posting my training videos, but that'll be on another channel. My Instagram is Get That Fitness. So if you wanna follow my Instagram, where I'll be posting my training and a few reaction as well that I can do as quick as possible before putting them on YouTube. My ex is Foreign Footy Talks as well, I think, or something like that. Right. Let me just make sure I read everything. Yeah, so Sergio Life is hoping for more signing. Matheus Fernandes, apparently Arsenal is interested in it as well. Arsenal, chill, fam, you won the title, relax yourself. Next season is ours. Right? Ederson, here we go. So that's about it for today. I mean, the season is over, so there's not really much to talk about. I'll probably do a buy and sell and why. A list of out and ins and whys. I think that should happen. And yeah, man, let's go England. Let's go France. Let's go Congo for the World Cup. But we'll give us now. We will come back later and we'll talk more. Please subscribe, please like, please share. And there's more coming, man. Alright, peace.